the Falcons going up against the Cardinals.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he floats one there, incomplete.
I think he might have been a little bit too focused on turning upfield. He didn't stay in bounds. He caught the ball, but he wanted to catch it and run, get that rack yardage so badly, he forgot to stay in bounds first.
Back to throw here. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sharif Floyd able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. They'll look to throw here. Going deep for Diggs. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Let's go. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Or it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. first carry now. This is Johnson. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And now a timeout defensively. The Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
12 yards there as they move the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, 27 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
$12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So out come the Falcons now. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie? Or under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. That one goes for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Freeman a 1st down and more. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll send the tight end in motion left. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because
the ball comes out. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tech McKinley able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team, helps them start their comeback.
And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. 2 minutes to play. Here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. They'll look to throw now on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a very difficult task.
Looking to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there at 20 yards. They'll set up a throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Tremendous field position there at a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. The Falcons averaged 34 points a game last year, tops in the NFL with that powerful offense. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here we go with Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back to throw now on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A nice little juke. And now running right through it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. 10 more there and another first down. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll set up to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dante Fowler leading the surge there. He drops in for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that is incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And while there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They run. It's Johnson. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Flashed the power, but only able to get to the 10 with it. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this one up to the 35-yard line.
Combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And the hole closes quickly. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Freeman again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. A handoff. Devontae Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Well, I don't
Arizona
Madden.
getting ready to go as they take the field. And last
I
time out, went for it on 4th down.
This is Madden
over,
18.
gave him great field
I played
position,
Madden
turned
19.
into 6 points, so they've got to recover here.
So going back to the
It's
old
amazing
games,
what
kind of
one
different,
decision
especially
can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on
animation.
4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence.
Hey, bro.
I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it
Bro.
up for them. Didn't happen.
My grandma was
Also
kicking me
showed
out, dog.
confidence in the
Swear to
defense.
God. Like, I'm not
They
even
didn't
making this
pick
up.
their end of the bargain.
I give you the
So now
W.
they've got to come back out
So I gotta
and start
actually
over
quit.
and rebuild that confidence.
He's going to look deep down the
I swear to God. I swear to God.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted.
My grandma's kicking me out. I ain't got no choice.
And they have the football, and
It's 4 minutes and 46
at
seconds
the
left.
24-yard line.
You said what? You turn it on. You don't want to run the ball?
It's Freeman. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Brandon's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. They'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup.